Hi there, welcome again to another Lazy Arquitecto live show where we teach you AutoCAD in a way that is more productive. So we show up here each Sunday at 10 a.m. and that is Pennsylvania in the United States time. So if your time is important, consider joining us each Sunday. And today we're gonna hear from you because we are very excited to announce that AutoCAD 2024 is coming up this month. So we're gonna talk about that today. And basically, the show for today is gonna be about you. What would you like to see on this new AutoCAD 2024? I have a couple of new features that I would like to see also, but the main character of the show would be you today. So we have some comments already on the chat, and before we start reading some of your comments, like always, I want to say thank you to our new Patreon. Our new Patreon is Philip Hammerly. Thank you, Philip, for believing in our work. And to all of you folks who are on my screen, also thank you very much for supporting my work. So let's jump now to start reading some of your comments before we start today's live stream. Right, we have Dropout Engineers on the chat. Says hello sir, hello Dropout, thank you for being here today with us. Like always, like each Sunday you are here, that's awesome. We have another comment on the chat. It's Marco Chang. Marco, welcome aboard. I think you are a new member here, a new subscriber or member of the live stream. That's awesome. The new people are joining us. We have Jeff Wallington says good morning everyone. Good morning, Jeff. Happy to have you here today. Like always, Douglas Michael is also on the chat. Says good morning. Good morning, Duke. And good morning to everyone. So walking on shine, which is who is Rachel. Rachel, good afternoon. Rachel here. Hi, Rachel. Hope everything is well over there. And Douglas says, yes, 2024. I'm still learning 2023. Yeah, we all are, Doug. I mean, AutoCAD has so many features and tools that most of us probably are using not even 5%. But that's why we are here, right? To develop or discover all of these new tools, new workflows, anything that we can find out and share with you to save you a little bit of time. So that's why we do the shows, right? Marco Gonzalez says hello. Hello, Marco Gonzalez. I think you are also a new person on our live streams. That's great. Again, that means either YouTube or Facebook is recommending our live shows, right, to more and more people. And I think that's how they are finding us. That's awesome. Marco Gonzalez says, got 2023 cat 2 weeks ago. Loving it. Marco, and now this month, the new 2024 AutoCAD is coming out. So that's why we are doing today's live stream, to start talking about some of the expectations, right? Or some of your features that you would like to see, right? So there are many folks using AutoCAD here on the live stream, so you might have an idea or something that might help you be more productive, right, on your workflow. That's what we're going to talk about today. I have a couple of wish lists that I would like to see, but I want to hear from you also, guys. So all right, so Let's see now. Let me get ready over here. And we have 13 people connected. That's great. Each week, each Sunday, we're having more and more folks joining us live, and that's very excited. That's very. Oh, we have also Dominic on the chat. Dominic says we work with Civil 3D, and it's sad to see basic stuff not being fixed, but they keep adding new things. That's a great comment, Dominic. And believe it or not, one of my wish lists, or one of the things that I expect, is also to fix one feature in AutoCAD. So so you're right. So they can either add new features or fix the existing ones, right, that are giving us trouble. So we're gonna talk about those features in a moment, but great comment, Dominic. So I would like to put your wish list or your new feature that you wanna see on AutoCAD 2024, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna show your comment live, right? If you wish, if you have a good idea, not even a good idea, but any idea actually, that AutoCAD can, maybe, who knows, right? Maybe there are some AutoCAD developers watching some random live streams. We have Marco Gonzalez says, I want to know how to convert the models into paper drawings, PDF. The scaling is confusing. Hope to learn today. We can quickly go over that, Marco, after we finish the presentation for the new features, right? For the wish list for the new features of AutoCAD 2024. But yes, I can go over that by the end of the live stream, Marco. Douglas says, preset text and architectural dimension styles like there is in AutoCAD Architectural. Preset text and architectural dimension styles. Oh, okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about, Doug. I think I'm gonna save this comment for our presentation. That's very interesting. So I'm gonna feature with your I'm gonna feature your comment, Douglas, for the presentation again. So I have a couple of recommendations for the AutoCAD developers that I would like to see for 2024. I'm gonna use your comment also, because that's a great thing that maybe we can see in 2024, Douglas. And I have one from Jeff also, from Jeff Wellington. So that right there we have four features. So let's see if more folks have any ideas or a wish list that you would like to see, any expectations or new features or any fix, right? Like our friend Dominic was saying, they keep adding new things, but they don't fix the basic stuff. So if you can, Dominic, give us an example, right, of what those basic stuff that need to be fixed are, that would be awesome. So I can feature your comment on the presentation, right, that we're gonna start very soon. We have four points that we want to go over in the presentation so far. One comment from Douglas, one comment from, or idea from Jeff, and I have two, and let's see, we have one more before we start. If not, we will just do those four ideas. We have also Rachel, or Walking on Sunshine, says, my wish list for AutoCAD is for them to create an install program of their products that doesn't involve the user having to spend another hour uninstalling the fragments of AutoCAD. That's a good idea, Rachel. So you want to perform a clean uninstall of everything, basically. Yes, I think that's a great idea, Rachel. I think I'm gonna take, with your permission, I'm gonna take your comment and feature on the presentation, because I have some thoughts also about your comment. So here we go, guys. We have 5 ideas or recommendations for AutoCAD 2024. We have one from Rachel, one from Douglas, one from Jeff, and I have 2. So that's 5 right there to do the presentation, right? Let's see, we have another comment on the chat. Is Douglas. Douglas says, Rachel, unfortunately it becomes so intertwined in the registry. You need to be a regedit expert to get rid of all. Okay, yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna save my thoughts for that recommendation for the presentation. They never address that. Dominic says, from AutoCAD 2020 Civil 3D, we have been having issues where if you plot a construction that has different color solid hatches, you would have lots of lines in the hatching. I don't remember having that issue, but that's an issue that can be fixed also. That sounds like a graphic issue, my friend Dominic. So maybe I can go over now. So what I'll recommend, Dominic, to try a quick thing that you can try is, let me see if I can see it over here. Let's see, graphics. Okay, so Dominic, that hatch problem looks like a graphic problem to me. So what you can try is go into the hardware acceleration, and if you right click on it, there is a graphics performance, and try, if you have this hardware acceleration on, try to turn it off, or if you have it off, try to turn it on, and of course accept that, and try to close and reopen AutoCAD, right? And let's see if maybe that will help you, Dominic. So that's a great comment too. So let's see. All right. So Dominic says it's not a graphic issue. We would plot the same drawing in 2019 version and no issues on the plot. You're talking about Civil 3D, so that's such a little different than regular AutoCAD. For people who don't know, AutoCAD AutoCAD Civil 3D is mostly used for engineering, for civil engineers, where they do all of these big lots and design sidewalks and sites and so on. So it's a little bit more complex and have more features than the regular AutoCAD version. But that's a great comment, Dominic. Thanks for sharing. So, all right, guys, I think we have 5 ideas or points that we can go over in the presentation for today. So let me start the presentation right now, and as always, if you have a new idea, a new feature that you would like to have on AutoCAD 2024, you can put it on the chat at any moment, right? And I'll be able to read you live. All right. So with 9 people live connected, that's awesome. We're gonna start. Okay. So let me get ready over here on my screen. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm getting ready over here. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to start, and with 11 people live. Again, you can interrupt me at any moment, right? With any idea or any expectation that you have for AutoCAD 2024, and I'll be able to read your comment live. But we have already 5 ideas or 5 features or fixes that we want for AutoCAD 2024, and we are doing the presentation now. So let me get ready over here on my side. So and then we have our friend Rachel. Okay. So we are excited to announce that the new AutoCAD 2024 is coming out this month, the month of March. And today we want to hear from you. What do you have to say about any new feature that you would like to see on this new AutoCAD version? I have a couple of new ideas, new features, but this show is for you. So let's start. And wouldn't it be great if we could convert raster images to DWG file or CAD files inside the AutoCAD program? Yes, right? I believe so too. Similarly to the new update for the AutoCAD 2017, where you can now convert a PDF inside AutoCAD to a DWG file or Lineworks, right? So it would be very beneficial for any people working in AutoCAD to have that ability. So for instance, I have a raster image right here, right? And it's a raster image, and you can see that I will have to kind of manually redo everything over here, but there is already some tools that AutoCAD is providing us, like the raster tools over here on my ribbon. And there are some cool features, like for instance, removing lines or removing also some regions. So for instance, if we select the line, we can start and drawing in top of this image, and we will be able to remove the line, right? That's very great. Thank you, AutoCAD, for that. We have also the rectangular region, right, where we could go and start hiding some of these line works, like so, right? And that way we could hide some of these elements on any raster image, right? So for instance, if I go to paper space, I can see that nothing is showing up there, and that way we can maybe draw some objects behind our raster image, right? So right now you can see we cannot see through the image because we can simply have to select the raster image and say background transparency, and that way we can see any item that it's drawn, as you can see. So those are some of the nice features about the raster image, but again, you cannot convert a raster image to a Lineworks, to a DWG. So please, AutoCAD, I know you have the power to do that, because there are other programs that can do that, but again, please try to implement this new feature in AutoCAD 2024. And before we continue, we have a comment on the chat, and it's our friend no, it's a promotional, I think it's a promotional comment. No. Okay, whatever. All right, so that's the first feature that I would love to see in AutoCAD 2024, the ability to convert a raster image to a to line work right inside the AutoCAD program. The second feature or new idea comes from our friend Jeff. And Jeff says, I would like to have a feature that zooms to extents of all of the tabs I'm working in a drawing. This is a great idea from Jeff, and this is because, again, one of the benefits of having this new feature, right, the ability to zoom extends on all of our tabs, would be that you can tackle some of the policies that are currently on a professional environment. For instance, on the office where I work, right, it's a policy or a must to do what Jeff is saying, which is going to all of your tabs, do a zoom extend, and then finally close your drawing. So if we have a command that can do what Jeff is saying, to automatically zoom extends on all of your tabs in a drawing, would be very nice to avoid having to do this manually over and over. Not only that, but look what happened when you close your drawing. So I'm gonna open the location of this file before I close it. So let me first close it like this, right, and see how your drawing will look. So I'm gonna close this and save. So I'm gonna click save, and then look what happened once I go to the file, and let me of course make this bigger. So you can see how the preview of the file look like, which is again not professional. So going back to the new idea of Jeff, which is give us a command to quickly zoom extends on all of our tabs. This idea will, or this command will avoid having this preview, so not professional. So again, if we open that file and kind of close it as it's supposed to be with the zoom extend on the tab, we can now see a preview that looks like this. This means you don't have to open the file to actually see what type of drawing you have there, right? You can simply see the preview from the file itself. So great idea from Jeff again. So that's why I featured it on this presentation, because that was a great recommendation from Jeff. So before we proceed, we have a comment on the chat. So we've been so we have Kumar in the chat says, yes, that's just that point is great. If Autodesk made this happen, save a lot of time. Yes, Kumar. So I think I did the idea number 2 with Jeff's comment on the screen all the time. Can you guys confirm that? So let me know if I did the whole idea number 2 with the Jeff comment on the screen, because that was blocking the. So let me know if that happened. Yes, you did. Oh shoot, no. Okay. Jeff comment only I saw. All right, so I'll quickly go over the idea number 2 again then. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yes, Jeff comment on the screen. All right, never mind. I'll go over the idea number 2 really quick. Okay, so let me go and jump over here and open the file again. Okay. Okay, let me hide this comment and okay. So great idea from Jeff here, especially because most of the time there are some requirements or policies that many firms or offices have regarding how you close professionally your drawings, right? For instance, they require you to go to each tab and do a zoom extent before you can go ahead and close your drawing. So by implementing a new command or tool to quickly zoom extends on all of your tabs would be very beneficial for our workflow, right? Not only that, because the idea comes if you, for instance, close your drawing by not doing a zoom extend like this, what's gonna happen is that when you go to your file, you will see a preview like this, which again is not very professional. You don't see what kind of drawing this is. But again, if you have somehow a command that quickly can zoom extends on all of your tabs, that way that way when we save and close our drawing, we will have a preview more professional like this, and that way we don't have to open a file to actually see what this type is about, right? So that was a great idea from Jeff. Hopefully we can see this implementation, if not in AutoCAD 2024, maybe on the next version. But great idea, Jeff. That's why I wanted to show it on this presentation. And we have some comments on the chat, and we have let me read it before we start with the third feature. And let's see. So Asad is on the chat, says, hi Irving. Hi Asad, thank you for being with us today live. Let us know if you have any idea or any expectations for the AutoCAD 2024 that is being released, right? So if you have any ideas, let me know. How are you, Master Irving? I'm good, thank you. Hopefully you are good too. And let's keep moving. Jeff says the average tabs I have in a drawing are 12. Whoa, Jeff. those are a lot of tabs. And yes, so now I understand why your idea of having a command that quickly zoom extends to all of your tabs, right? I mean, that's not, I think, hard for the developers of AutoCAD to make. So great idea. And let's keep moving with the third idea or need or recommendation, right? Again, you can interrupt me at any time. So let me open again another file over here to go with the third idea or recommendation. And this idea, it's kind of a fix instead of a new feature that I would like to see, but a fix that I would like to see on the new AutoCAD 2024 is the ability to help us when hatching areas, right? For instance, if we want to hatch this area over here with the hatch command, we can see that we have a closed boundary could not be determined. And this is a problem that many AutoCAD users have, right? Especially the beginners, right? I've been using AutoCAD for 10 years, but I'm still have to figure this out daily. So this is an improvement that AutoCAD can do regarding hatching. And basically, there are many tricks to kind of figure it out why we cannot hatch areas, right? I had explained many of these tricks on the channel. For instance, one trick would be kind of just if you don't have many geometry, you can just simply zoom and try to find where is the gap, right? If there is an open gap that you can find, or you might. We have a comment also in the chat. Let me first do or read you, because again today's live stream, the main character or hero are you. So let's see the average. Okay, I read that comment. Asad says, still I'm using AutoCAD 2023. I don't have any idea, but hope AutoCAD 2024 will be far better and more advanced than 2023, a step ahead than now. All right, Asad, thank you for sharing your thoughts with everybody. And I think you are wishing maybe a more powerful AutoCAD, right? Maybe faster in performance. So great comment right there from Asad. And working on Rachel says, how big memory wise is drawing that has 12 tabs, Jeff? So he's asking about the size of Jeff's drawing with 12 tabs in one drawing in AutoCAD. So good question right there, Rachel. So let's keep moving. All right, so this third idea or feature, well, not new feature, but a fix, was regarding hatching areas, right? So again, there are many problems when we start hatching an area, but AutoCAD only give us the same error message. A closed boundary could not be determined, and that's all AutoCAD give us. But there are dozens of reasons why we cannot hatch. So wouldn't be beneficial or helpful if AutoCAD give us at least 2 or 3 different errors specifying what is the problem of our items, right? For instance, I have to kind of figure this out by myself, right? Where is the problem? I know there are not openings because all of my geometries are closed. So one of the reasons why this also happens is because some of the line works are not drawn on the same plane. So if we rotate this in 3D, one of the lines might be drawn a little up on the Z direction. So in order to avoid this, what we can do is select our geometry, right? Select our geometry and use the flatten command. Flatten. And that way we can say no. And we can, if there are some lines that are not planar or that are not on the same, on the planar, so this will fix it, right? For instance, let's try to hatch again now, and let's see, and boom, you can see that now I'm able to hatch. But do you think any beginner AutoCAD will figure this out? No, of course, right? Like, how would they know? They are learning AutoCAD, they just want to get their projects done. There is no way that a beginner could figure this out. So that's why it wouldn't be awesome if AutoCAD, instead of, so let me undo this, right? Instead of giving us the same type of error, a close boundary could not be determined, could maybe give us a second error saying, hey, your line or your line work are not on the same values or planar values or something like that, right? That can let us know, oh, okay, so maybe some of my line works are not on the same z direction, so I can flatten them, or I can do whatever it needs, right? So we have a comment on the chat before we proceed. It says, Dominic says, I think you are designing a spaceship if you need to have 12 tabs open at once, or you are lazy. Dominic, come on, don't. I mean, I understand Jeff's idea of having many tabs on one drawing, because I saw that type of workflow on another company that I was working. And Dominic, again, that depends on the type of work that you do, right? So for instance, if you are working on a big firm that have these crazy drawings that are huge, so then I wouldn't recommend to put all of these drawings in many or multiple tabs, right, in one drawing. But I saw other folks, I think an electrical engineer, that he only used the background and add some of his lighting information and some of his electrical stuff. So the file was very light, right? It wasn't heavy at all. And he used the layout tabs, like maybe 10 of those tabs, with no problem. So you see how it depends on the workflow, Dominic, but I understand your point. Then we have another comment. Seeker says, lol, you just teach me new thing again. First was wipeout command and now flatten. Seeker, give us your real name, Seeker, because I want to be able to talk to you by your real name, right? I'm Irving, by the way, for people who are new to the live streams. So my name is Irving. So I'm glad that you're learning also something new, right? I think you're referring to the third idea that I just presented for AutoCAD 2024. The idea of fix the hatching problems that many users are having. So yeah, thank you for sharing your thought. So let's see. We have Jeff also. Before we again, we have two more ideas that we're gonna present in a moment. Well, we have many comments today, so that's awesome. I like to have that interaction with you, right? Because this is live. It's not only about me presenting, but it's about hearing what you have to say, right? So Walking on Sunshine says, Jeff, I write macro with zoom extends, audit, purge, layer 0, save or close, and put it on a command button or tool palette, so it's one-click operation. Great idea, Rachel, and I actually do that too, and we created that command on the channel. So if you after this live stream, you guys can check that out too. So macros is a feature of AutoCAD that we also do on our live streams. So for instance, to show you really quick, if you go to our YouTube channel page, you will have a playlist over here called AutoCAD Lazy Macros, and here is where you'll find what Rachel is suggesting if you don't know how to do it, of course. So yes, so this is the macros that maybe Rachel is talking about. All right, so let's keep moving now. We have another comment. Jeff says 12 megabytes, 35 total tabs. Whoa, 35, that's a lot. Jeff, So let's see. And you don't have any problems of AutoCAD getting slow or laggy, Jeff? Just a question, just for curiosity. Rachel says big drawings can cause big errors. Yeah, that's a good point, Rachel, and that's true also. Felicia Hernández says, buenos días, Lazy Arquitecto, bien por las transmisiones en vivo, bendiciones. Hi, Felicia, hola, Felicia, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros, como siempre, todos los domingos. For people who don't know, Spanish is my first language because I'm originally from Peru in South America. So, gracias, Felicia. Jeff Wallington says, no problem. Okay, that's great, Wallington, that you don't have any problems of AutoCAD being slow. And again, that was the comment that I was explaining to Dominic, right? Where it depends on the type of work that you do, right? On your workflow. If you do very heavy drawings for a big company, then of course it's not recommended. But if your drawings are very light, so you can do that. You can have multiple tabs. All right, so let's keep moving with the fourth idea or wish list or expectation for AutoCAD 2024. And we're gonna come back to your comments. So we have 12 people connected live. That's great. And let's keep moving. All right. So the fourth idea comes from our friend Douglas. And Douglas' idea is for AutoCAD 2024. Let me find it over here. And Douglas' idea is for AutoCAD 2024 to come with some preset text and some architectural dimension styles similar to AutoCAD Arquitectural. So for people who don't know, there is the regular AutoCAD version that we're using right now over here, and there is also AutoCAD Architecture, right, where there are more features specifically for that field, architecture, where there is more similar to Vim but less powerful, where there are 3D walls, 3D doors, and so on. So Douglas is suggesting or maybe asking the AutoCAD developers to come with some dimension styles. For instance, right now, let me hide this comment. So right now, if we open the dimension styles with the dimst command in the regular AutoCAD version, not the architectural one, the only so I'm gonna close this and open a brand new drawing so you don't get confused. So if we open a brand new drawing, I'm gonna use Imperial Architecture template. So if we open the dimension style with the dimst command, we can see that we only have one type of dimension style that AutoCAD is providing us. But as Douglas was saying, the other AutoCAD architecture program comes with many different presets that we can use for architecture, right? For instance, we might need one for a plot for a site, or for a site plan, right? We might need in feet. We might need a regular dimension style for a floor plan, which is in feet in inches. So that's what the idea of our friend is, to AutoCAD, please give us more dimension styles presets that we can quickly use to generate any of our projects, either a site plan, either a floor plan, and so on. So great recommendation by our friend Douglas right there. That's why I wanted to feature it on this presentation. And we have, before we proceed, we have some comments on the chat before we give you the idea number 5, I guess, is so let me, for 2024. So let's see, I'm gonna read, there are some comments over here. Okay. Okay, I think I read that comment already. All right, so let's go with the idea number 5. The idea number 5 comes from our friend Rachel. And Rachel says, let me find his idea over here. Okay, I found it over here. Right, comments. And the idea number 5 comes from our friend Rachel that says, my wish list for Autodesk is for them to create an uninstall program of their products that doesn't involve the user having to spend another hour uninstalling the fragments of Autocad. Great idea, Rachel, for Autocad 2024. I personally struggled with that issue too, where when we uninstall AutoCAD, right, most of the files are still on our system, and we had to manually get rid of those. So, for instance, let me go and try to do this over here. So 1 second. So let me try to find. Let's see if I can find what Rachel is talking about. Okay, I cannot find it right now. But anyway, so the idea of Rachel comes when, for instance, we want to install, let's say, the new AutoCAD 2024, right? But we also want to uninstall the older version, which is 2023. And sometimes if you don't uninstall it correctly, it will give you problems or errors for the new version of AutoCAD, right? So that's why it would be awesome if you developers of AutoCAD can give us an option to uninstall the AutoCAD program without the need to manually find those remaining files in our computer or system, right? So great idea from Rachel right there. I really like to have that feature. What about you guys? Would you want to see that feature in AutoCAD 2024? Let me know in the chat, because that was the idea number 5. And let's now read some of your comments before we wrap up today's live stream. So let me go over here. And Rachel says, Regedit program there, program 86, genuine license cleaner, did this yesterday, another hour later, and 4 gigabytes extra memory. I know how it feels, Rachel, because I personally struggled also when I couldn't install a version of AutoCAD, I think, on my laptop, because there were still some remaining files somewhere in my system, right, that were giving me errors. So I had to go online, research it, how to remove all of the files of AutoCAD and manually go to each folder, program files, and so on. And it was a pain in the neck. So great idea from Rachel right there. You understand me, Irving. Yes, Rachel, I understand your pain. Yes, good idea. So that's why I wanted to feature it on this live stream, right? And let's see if you guys have more ideas, or what do you guys think so far about these 5 ideas, new features or fixes that we just presented, right? Do you think you want to see them also in 2024? You don't need them? Let us know before we wrap up today's live stream with 16 people. That's great. That's awesome that more and more people are finding our live streams. So let me know if, let's see if we have more comments before again we wrap up today's live stream with 16 people. That's awesome. So Marco Gonzalez says, having a hard time with model. Oh, with model being converted to drawings. I would like to make the drawings bigger to fit the page without changing the themes. Okay, so we have you just remember or remind me your question, Marco, and let me quickly help you with your issue. Let me find your comment over here. Here we go. I want to know how to convert the models into paper drawings, PDF. The scaling is confusing. Hope to learn today. So let's see how we can help you with that, Marco. So let's say I have this elevation drawing over here. If I go to paper space, so I have a viewport, right, that is seeing through my drawing in model space. This is like a window that I can see through in different scales or sizes, controlling over here on the status bar, right? So for instance, if I pick 316, my drawing would be bigger and so on. So 1/8 was fine. So you're saying how to convert in PDF. So to convert this into a PDF, you can use the Control P on your keyboard, and that way you can change the printer or plotter name, DWG to PDF. That's if you want to create a PDF, so that's the option that you need. Now, this paper size, in order to pick the right paper size, you need to know the size of your drawing, right? So right now, let's say I don't know the size of my paper space. So what I can do, there are many ways to do this, but I'm gonna use a dimension really quick. So let's say I dimension this, and this is 1'4", so that's 12, that's about 16 inches, right? But this paper is 17 inches, I can tell. So that means I'm using a 11 by 17 inches paper. Another way is also by right clicking on the tab and pick page setup manager. Oops, let me go over here bigger so you can see better. So if you right click again on the layout tab and do page setup manager, you can see that the size of your plot is 11 by 17. So knowing that, you can go ahead and press Control P to pick your paper size right here. Make sure always extend and center the plot. The scale always 1:1 if you want to print this to scale, and then scale line weights. Over here you can pick either if you have a plot style, or if not, you can pick monochrome CTV. That's not gonna do anything. That's just for the line weights, how dark and light your line weights will show. So if you do a preview, you see that that looks all right to me. so I can simply go and hit plot. So once I do that, I can I'm gonna save it on my desktop and simply say save, and that way I will create my PDF quickly, Marco. So hopefully that help you to convert your drawings to PDF. So let's keep moving now with some of the comments before we wrap up today's live stream. So Marco says thank you. How to, and Lecax scaling is really simple. All letters and numbers have to be 1/8 height on a sheet 24 by 36. Yeah, most of the time at them, sometimes we need different sizes, but most of the time if you want to submit to the city for permits or so on, just that's like a standard size 24 by 36. So thank you for sharing. Marco says thank you, and Douglas says have a great day all. All right guys, I guess I'm gonna stop right here and start thinking on our next live stream for next Sunday at 10 a.m. So as always, it was wonderful to be here with you guys today. We had many comments, many ideas for AutoCAD 2024. Hopefully one of these ideas will be implemented, right? Who knows? So we're gonna do also the new features for AutoCAD 2024, so stay tuned for that, and have a wonderful rest of the day, my friends. See you.